after the loss of a loved one. But I can, at least on behalf of the government and the NHS, apologise for what happened and what they have been through.
A man has been arrested after 5 people were injured in an explosion at a tube station in North London. It happened at Southgate last night and is being blamed on a faulty drill battery. The man has been released under investigation. Theresa May is facing the prospect of another defeat in the Commons over the government's plans for Brexit. Several Conservative backbenchers are threatening to vote in favour of giving Parliament a greater say if no deal is reached with the EU. Our assistant political editor is Norman Smith.
Both sides seem to have decided this is it. This is going to be a real trial of strength. It's crucial because I think we've reached one of the defining moments when we will find out whether Mrs May's Brexit rebels have the numbers and the resolve to defeat her.
Lloyds Banking Group says it's cutting nearly 200 jobs, most of them back office roles. The company says it'll try to redeploy staff who are affected. The governor of a high-security jail has been treated in hospital after being attacked by an inmate. Claire Pearson hasn't been able to return to work since the assault at Long Lartin Prison in Worcestershire a month ago. It houses some of the country's most dangerous offenders. And passengers who bought cheap flights on British Airways are angry after the airline cancelled their tickets. BA says the prices were wrong because it sent incorrect fares to several travel agents for trips to Tel Aviv and Dubai. It's offered full refunds and a £100 voucher.
This is BBC 5 Live on digital, smart speaker, smartphone and tablet.
On the road, starting in Cumbria on the M6, 2 lanes are closed southbound between junctions 44 and 43 for Carlisle. In Oxfordshire, the M40 has 2 lanes closed southbound between junction 10, the Cherwell Valley Services, and 9 for Bicester. 1 lane's blocked on the M5 northbound between junctions 6 and 5, Worcester and Droitwich. Finally, 1 lane closed and heavy traffic due to a broken down car on the M25 clockwise between junction 6 for Godstone and junction 7 for the M23.
Federer having to show patience. 1 serve away from the title. An ace from Federer.
3 sets to love. 6-3, 6-1, 6-4.
Champion for an 8th time.
Wimbledon 2018.
Finishes it off. Punches the air in celebration.
Coming soon across the BBC.
The FIFA World Cup.
Live from Russia, this is 5 Live Sport with Kelly Cates.
Hello, welcome back to Red Square. Portugal leading Morocco by 1-0 at half-time at the Luzhniki Stadium here in Moscow. Cristiano Ronaldo with the only goal of the game so far. But away from the World Cup in the cricket, England's women face South Africa later. Right now, Henry Moran is watching New Zealand against South Africa in the first game of the T20 Tri-Series at Taunton.
Yep, this series an important milestone on the journey towards the World T20 at the back end of this year in the West Indies. 3 top sides taking on each other twice each, and then a final at Chelmsford on July the 1st. New Zealand's women in this opening game 150 without loss in the 15th over. Susie Bates, the captain, 86 from just 50 deliveries. Sophie Devine, 62 from 39. Later on today, as you say, we'll see England in action against South Africa. First up, though, New Zealand could be on for the record ever T20 score in a women's game, which stands at 209. 150 without loss in the 15th over.
Commentary continues over on 5 Live Sports Extra, and it's a busy day of cricket in the County Championship. Kevin Howells is watching the top 2 in Division 1.
That's right, you say, very important game. Just 1 point separating both Surrey and Somerset here at Guildford today, and Surrey have made a good start. They're 122 for 1. We just entered the afternoon session. Somerset must be worried they made the wrong call on bowling first. Not a great deal to encourage them. Aaron Haranath, the only wicket to have fallen so far, played across the line. LBW to Tom Abel on 48. Rory Burns continues to press his cause for an England call-up, just brought up his half-century on 53. Scott Borthwick on 12, and Surrey 124 for 1.
Stephen Gerrard's Rangers have been drawn against Macedonian side FK Shkupi in the first qualifying round of the Europa League. Burnley are in the hat for the second qualifying round. That's due to start shortly. Elsewhere, Poland keeper Lukas Fabianski has joined West Ham from Swansea for £7 million, while Brighton are close to signing Sunderland keeper Jason Steele. And Hull FC's Jake Connor and St Helens' Tommy Makinson will make their England Rugby League debuts against New Zealand in Denver on Saturday. St Helens prop Luke Thompson misses out. BBC 2 will show that one-off test on Saturday at 9 o'clock. Let's head into the tennis. No wildcard into Wimbledon for Dan Evans. All England club sources say their decision is based on principle, with Evans having returned from a drugs ban in April. So Russell Fuller, he'll go into pre-qualifying this week.
Yes, it's an arduous route now to the main draw of Wimbledon for Dan Evans. That starts tomorrow, pre-qualifying. 2 further rounds on Friday. Evans and everybody else would need to win 3 matches to secure one of 2 places for the men, that is, in next week's Wimbledon qualifying event. Now, Evans has been brilliant since he returned from his doping ban in terms of his form on the court. He was a semi-finalist at the Challenger event in Surbiton. He was the runner-up in Nottingham, and normally that's the sort of form that would attract a wild card of some sort, quite possibly into the main draw. But the All England club are taking a principled stance here, and it's similar to the situation Maria Sharapova found herself this time last year when she just returned from suspension. She actually announced on her website that she wasn't going to apply for a wild card into the main draw, but she knew full well that the All England club were not going to provide her with one. So there's consistency from 12 months ago. Those who have received wild cards for Britain, Liam Brodie and Jay Clark in the men's, and there's a group of women in their very early 20s for the most part who've all been rewarded for their good form over the past 12 months. Katie Boulter, Naomi Brodie, Harriet Dart, Katie Dunn, Katie Swan and Gabriella Taylor.
Thanks, Russell. We will feature 2 races from the second afternoon of Royal Ascot today, and Frankie Dettori, again, expected to be a key player. Our correspondent Cornelius Lysett is at Ascot. So after 3 wins yesterday, he's in all 6 races. Which is the standout mount?
Well, there isn't. Well, Cracksman is the standout match in the Prince of Wales' stakes at 20 past 4, one of the best racehorses in the world, and this horse is expected to win this in good style today against inferiorly rated competitors. But other mounts for Dettori, like Chelsea Cloisters during the afternoon, Stream of Stars, Wilhelmina, Gabriel, Purser, all 6 of them not without a chance. So 3 out of 3 for him yesterday. 59 wins at Royal Ascot over the years for him so far. He's the 3rd most successful Royal Ascot jockey, and all eyes will be on him today. The Queen just arriving here in a very pale blue outfit this afternoon. No Meghan and Harry, Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall are here. Peter Phillips, her grandson, and his wife. Michael Magna, MV Magna from the Coolmore Racing Empire in the carriage procession as well. But still much talk of Meghan Markle being here yesterday with Harry, and her outfit said to have been based on what Audrey Hepburn wore as Eliza Doolittle in the Royal Ascot scene in the 1960s classic movie My Fair Lady. And I've discovered there's a technical term for following Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady with your costume, and it's called channeling Audrey. And the general feeling is she was indeed channeling Audrey yesterday.
It was reminiscent of that scene. You're absolutely right. I've got a feeling that might have been at the Derby, but if you say it was Royal Ascot, I trust your knowledge.
Definitely
Cornelius.
at Royal Ascot. Absolutely. I'll have anything you like on that.
Thank you very much. We'll be back to talk to Cornelius throughout the afternoon at Ascot. We're going to head to Repinot now, where it's a day off for the England players, but not for our reporter Steve Crossman. The one injury worry, Steve, that came out of the Tunisia match was Dele Alli. Do England fans need to be worried?
Do they need to be worried? No, I don't think massively. I mean, I don't know if you can hear the slightly downbeat mood music behind me in the hotel restaurant here in Rapino, but that might make you think it's bad news. It's not bad news. He's had a scan on the thigh strain that he picked up against Tunisia. It's come back. It's a minor problem. Obviously, nobody training today anyway, so not a bad day for Dele Alli to have off. Tomorrow, we'll get to see a portion of England training, so it'll be interesting to see how's he moving. If indeed, of course, he's there at all, because with Panama coming up, no disrespect to Panama, Gareth Southgate might decide it's a good game to rest him for, on top of the fact that Ruben Loftus-Cheek came off the bench for Dele Alli and performed so well. So he's got options. Ali may or may not play against Panama, but it's certainly not a serious injury.
Steve, thank you very much. Stay hydrated. 5 Live will bring you commentary of England's second match against Panama on Sunday. Kick-off at 1 o'clock in that one. Kick-off has already happened in Portugal against Morocco. Kick-off in the second half is just a few minutes away. We're watching the first half with Guillaume Balaguer alongside me. Portugal leading by 1-0 against Morocco. Do we expect changes in the second half, Guillaume?
I don't think so, but it'll be interesting to see what role Ronaldo has in this second half. Breaking records, of course. He's beaten Puskas now as the best goal scorer of all the national sides, European national sides, in all the eras ever, and he's done it in different ways. He's scored a header. He scored with his right foot, with his left foot. He scored a penalty, a free kick. So he's doing what Portugal needed to do, somebody to finish and to cover some of the cracks of the side. This is not a team that is dominating Morocco. This was not a team that played well against Spain. But certainly, for as long as you have Ronaldo, you have the possibility of winning and beating anybody.
The draw in the Europa League second qualifying round has been made, and Burnley have been drawn against Aberdeen. We'll have reaction to that a little bit later on. But the second half of Portugal against Morocco is about to get underway, so we can head back to the Luzhniki Stadium and your commentary team of Terry Butcher and John Murray.
Thank you, Kelly. We'll get a word from Terry Butcher on that with your Scottish football connections, Burnley, Aberdeen. But let me just run you through the teams. No changes at half-time as Portugal have just kicked off the second half. Portugal leading by 1-0 with Rui Patricio in goal. Back four is Cedric Soares, Pepe, José Font and Rafael Guerreiro. Midfield Bernardo Silva, João Moutinho, William Carvalho and João Mario, with Gonzalo Guedes and Cristiano Ronaldo. The Moroccan team in a moment, but Cristiano Ronaldo in possession, coming back from an offside position, so it's a free kick to Morocco, who have Munia in goal. A back four of Nabil Dira, Mehdi Benatia, the captain, Manuel da Costa and Achraf Hakimi. In midfield, Karim El Ahmadi, with Nordin Amrabat on the right, Hakim Ziyech on the left, and Mbak Boussoufa and Yunus Belhanda behind the big front man Khalid Boutaïb. So Morocco have to come up with goal or goals. They have to get something out of these two matches against Portugal and Spain to stand a chance of getting through to the knockout stages. If Morocco lose, and they are losing, they will be out after two matches. But it is Portugal coming forward. The referee, Mark Geiger, allows advantage to Portugal, even though there was a foul centrally. Bernardo Silva is taking it on the right, and then Portugal go back towards the halfway line, where Pepe just rounds Boutaïb and sends a long high ball forward, where it's nodded on by João Mario, and now Guedes takes it into the penalty area, but the covering challenge this time came in from da Costa to put it behind for a corner to Portugal in the early stages of the second half. Terry Butcher.
Yeah, well, obviously Morocco don't want to concede from another corner. This time it's on the left-hand side, but Guerreiro is the one that's going over, as well as João Moutinho. So there's the two out there. Remember, Moutinho put the ball into the box for Ronaldo's 4th-minute goal. This time he's taken the corner.
Just need to keep an eye on Cristiano Ronaldo. It's what Morocco need to do as well. Scorer of the only goal so far. João Moutinho does take it short, and then it's swung in, and this time the header is wide from José Font. Goal kick, Morocco. What about that, by the way? Burnley Aberdeen in the Europa League playoff match. That's the draw.
Normally when Scottish clubs go into the Europa League and European competitions, it's particularly the Europa League, you don't make a lot of money because you're playing, you know, some team from way out west sort of, or way out east sort of thing. So you don't make the money, but certainly Aberdeen will be delighted with that. They'll get bumper crowd at Pittodrie, and they'll get a reasonable crowd at Turf Moor too.
Here's Amrabat down the right-hand side. A little deflection takes it out of play. He takes a quick throw, and the ball is lifted across, but there's no one there. It's way over Boutaïb, and Cedric Soares very nearly gives it away on the edge of his own penalty area. And then Bernardo Silva's put under some pressure and forced to concede a throw-in to Morocco on the left-hand side. Of course, all of those Burnley supporters, such a long time, 1967 I think it is, since they last played in Europe, very excited about their European tour. Well, it'll take them to Pittodrie first of all. Mind you, it will be August. or perhaps July.
And?
I'm not sure when the game's going to be played. Well, I'm just saying it'll be lovely. Throw in to Portugal in their own right back position. Throw in is taken. William Carvalho stretches a volley away, and Mehdi Benatia heads it forward. Three Portugal players surrounding William Carvalho. Ball bounces down. Amazing there was no foul in there. And then it's whacked away on the edge of the box by Pepe downfield onto the chest of Mehdi Benatia. The Moroccan support inside the ground here, inside this Luzhniki Stadium, 80,000 capacity. And we knew it was going to be like this, Terry, when we walked up to the stadium, because there were Moroccans everywhere. You couldn't move for them. And the atmosphere, the support that they have provided for their team has been wonderful. 20 years it is this year since Morocco last appeared at a World Cup finals tournament. I remember the last match when they won 3-0 against Scotland in Saint-Étienne, and that is one of only 2 matches that Morocco have ever been able to win at a World Cup finals. The other was when Terry was playing back in '86. Morocco 1-0 down, and the free kick is taken high out towards the left-hand side for Portugal, where Cristiano Ronaldo now receives possession in the central area, but 3 challenges arrive at the same time on him, and Morocco have got the ball back, and it's played up towards Boutaïb, but at that pace, at knee height, he couldn't do much with it, and it bounced away for him back to Rui Patricio.
Well, they started the second half really well. Morocco looks like they started the first, haven't conceded, which is a bonus, but haven't really had a shot, haven't really had decent balls into the box. Ronaldo getting fouled again.
Yeah, near the halfway line.
He's got to be careful, Benatia.
Yeah, João Moutinho's taken a quick free kick. This could be trouble. Geddes plays it into the box. João Mario now on the left side of the area with his right foot, plays it back to Geddes, who slices it badly, but into the path of Ronaldo, who shot high, so high over the top of the crossbar from 15 yards. It landed 3/4 of the way up the lower tier of the Luzhniki.
Wow. Golden boot. I don't think so, not at the moment. Well, he is in the lead, but great play as well. João Moutinho gets to the João Maria rather gets to that, and it's a shank, isn't it? And it falls right to Ronaldo. There's 4 men in between, and the goalkeeper between Ronaldo and the goal, and he decides he's going to lift it high, but he lifted it sky high. I thought he was going to hit the top tier, not the back of the bottom tier.
Free kick. Portugal all in white, red numbers on the back. Morocco in there. The colours of Morocco, red shirts with the white trim, green shorts and red socks. The dates, by the way, for the Aberdeen-Burnley Europa League playoff tie. Thursday the 26th of July will be the date for Pitaudry, and the 2nd of August for Turf Moor. The ball just dribbling behind at the moment for a goal kick for Morocco. And that other news, by the way, at half-time, Terry, that Dele Alli, we heard from Steve Crossman at Repinot, the England camp, that it is only a minor problem, the thigh injury that Dele Alli has. And so we'll have to see how it mends itself over the course of the next couple of days. England's next match is on Sunday. We will be there live in Nizhny Novgorod to bring you commentary from 1 o'clock BST on Sunday afternoon on England's second match. But here, Portugal leading Morocco by 1-0 on BBC 5 Live. Bernardo Silva is inside his own half, trying to run it away, but he's crowded out. Portugal lose possession, then the ball bounces off referee Geiger and back to Portugal, but then it is recovered by Morocco, and Da Costa, the central defender, hits a huge 60-yard pass to Amrabat. His cross into the penalty area is partly headed away. Benatia challenges for it. Initially it was Ziyech who was after it, but wasn't able to get his head to the ball or any meaningful contact. And now Morocco with Hakimi again, and now to the left-hand side here, where Ziyech once more plays an infield ball into the path of Belhanda. Belhanda now to Amrabat. He's trying to work the ball onto his left foot. Now he's back on his right. And Amrabat, little shaven-headed figure, the Watford man who was on loan at Leganes in Spain this season, leaves it for Diarra to cross, but that is cleared away on the volley by Font, out of play for a throw-in next to the corner flag. Good pressure from Morocco.
Yeah, Amrabat pulled the ball down out of the sky, didn't he, from that Da Costa raking diagonal. What a bit of skill. I think he's been the best player on the pitch, Amrabat, so far. Good cross into the box and just headed away, just cleared by Portugal. Good pressure from Morocco.
Morocco with Belhanda again, and then Belhanda couldn't find a teammate and then commits a foul, and it's a free kick to Portugal deep inside their own half. Yeah, Amrabat, who is 31 now, we thought, if you weren't listening earlier, that he wouldn't be playing in this match because the word was that he had concussion after a clash of heads in the Iran game, but cleared to play in the game. He was wearing a padded helmet in the early stages of the match, but quickly got rid of it, and as Terry Butcher says, he's really caught the eye. Nordin Amrabat. Portugal in possession on the left-hand side, but it's wasted, it's lost, and El Ahmadi with the outside of his boot swings a pass to Hakimi. Now Da Costa who came into the team today to replace Romain Saiss of Wolves, who was dropped to the bench for this game. Saiss. Morocco again, win a free kick. It's taken quickly. This is for Boutaïb to chase, but he was always second favourite to get that against Pepe, who rolls it back across into the penalty area to Rui Patricio. Mehdi Benatia wins a header. That's a nice first-time touch centrally by Boussoufa. Now it's with Amrabat on the right-hand side. Amrabat taking on the defender Guerrero, and now to the edge of the area to Belhanda, who shoots from the angle, but it was close enough to Rui Patricio to actually catch it, a sort of juggling catch, and he was buffeted by Boussoufa, and he wins a free kick.
Wonderful play down the right-hand side. Amrabat again just laid it inside, tricked two players, laid it inside. Who was it? Belhanda had the shot, and he hit it, and I think that's the first save that Rui Patricio's had to make. Is that right? The first save, the first shot really on target in anger?
Well, he had the header, didn't he? The Benatia header earlier on, which was a straightforward save.
Yeah, the first shot really that he's really had to gathered it comfortably, but that's the best move I think we've seen from Morocco in terms of end result.
10 minutes played in the second half. It's been mainly Morocco, but Portugal are winning 1-0. And now, free kick given against João Mario, who just bundled Amrabat over on the far side. And in actual fact, Amrabat bundled Guerrero over first, and there was then and then João Mario was in, and I mean, it was the classic 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, but the worst foul was by João Mario. So it's a free kick to Morocco. Chance to equalise, set piece, but those big Portuguese men are in there. Here's the delivery, and it's a glancing header. What a save! Belhanda got his head to it. He thought it was in, but Rui Patricio, the new Wolves goalkeeper, dived down to his right and scooped it away with a right hand.
Good in-swinging free kick it was. Yes, it was Belhanda, and it's not quite as good, obviously, as Gordon Banks saved down to the right-hand side, not in the corner, but he had to react. It was going away from him, got his stiff right hand, flicked it up for a corner. Unbelievable.
Optimism is growing among the Moroccan ranks. Here's the latest corner, and it's headed away at the edge of the 6-yard box by Cristiano Ronaldo. But the corner taker, Boussoufa, is tripped by João Moutinho. It's a free kick near the left corner of the box.
But this is when you've got to score, John, isn't it? You're on top, you're dominating it, getting efforts on goal, making the keeper work. You've got to score now. They deserve a goal, Morocco. They've been absolutely brilliant. They deserve a goal. Come on.
Portugal 1, Morocco 0. This is BBC 5 Live. Live from Moscow, from inside the Luzhniki Stadium. And a free kick for Morocco. Big moments. Very big moments these. Ziyech to take it, which he does to the back post. It's headed up and away by José Font for Portugal, and they're able to clear it further away. But El Ahmadi gets a touch on it, and Ziyech can't take it on, and now Cristiano Ronaldo, and of course the threat is there from Portugal on the counter-attack. Guedes with the outside of his boot tries to deliver it back through the middle for Cristiano Ronaldo, but it was well read by El Ahmadi, and Morocco do finally clear through Benatia. That's the danger, obviously, clearly, when Cristiano Ronaldo is lurking and Morocco are pressing, and now Pepe just batters a ball right-footed away downfield, out of play for a throw-in to the Moroccans. 1-0 Portugal.
I think they're a bit rattled, Portugal. I think they come in just like in the first half, and they're getting no time to settle on the ball. Morocco are in their faces, making it very difficult. They win the ball back early to Morocco, which is encouraging for the fans as well as the manager. They just need a decent ball in. Well, they've had that, to be fair, the first few minutes, but they need someone to finish off almost a perfect approach play.
We're going to see the first change now, and it's a Portuguese change that's being made, and it's Bernardo Silva, who actually has gone very quiet in the game after a promising start. And Gelson Martins of Sporting in Lisbon is going to come on, and that's a straight swap. And so Gelson Martins comes on for his first appearance of this World Cup. He is winning, Gelson Martins, his 19th cap for Portugal, the 23-year-old.
It's just 1 for 1, isn't it?
It is. Number 18 on his back. And still Portugal lead Morocco by 1-0. And another little foul. This time João Moutinho has conceded it, so Morocco have this set piece on this beautiful Moscow afternoon with a circle of sunshine on the far side of the field.
I think it was it Boussoufa just ran into it. Moutinho, yeah. He played the ball out wide and he just turned to run and he just ran into them. He's up on his feet, he's fine.
Free kick then. Here's the delivery for Morocco. Benatia on the edge of the area, the ball bounces down. Benatia shoots over the bar from 14 yards. Won the initial challenge. The ball bounced kindly for his left foot, but he hammered it on the volley over the top.
Well, I was saying with the England game, you want a chance to fall to Harry Kane, but certainly Benatia isn't a Harry Kane, because in the box he did everything right. Good ball in, it fell to his feet, he moved it to the side, he was about 16 yards out, 17 yards out, and he just blazed it over the bar. Clear sight on goal, on his left foot, no Portuguese player in sight, and that's too high. Wow, what an opportunity that was.
Half an hour to play. Portugal 1, Morocco 0. If you're on your car listening to us, or even in it, you can listen to our coverage on the way home. And if you want to continue, the match is on BBC One, so you can watch it on BBC One when you get back. But as with any of the BBC live television games at this World Cup, you can listen to our commentary with the pictures, so the 5 Live commentary with the pictures, by pressing the red button on your television. Remote control. Portugal 1, Morocco 0. Portugal with a free kick on the right-hand side. João Moutinho is going to take this, the Monaco man. Morocco, their goalkeeper Munir just making a point to one of his defenders. João Moutinho now swings it in. Munir comes for it, stretches, gets a hand to it. Gelson Martins, and the whistle has gone for a foul, I presume, on goalkeeper Munir.
Yeah, but it was just a bit overhit towards the far post. Munir did well. He thought he can't catch this. He's going to just flap it away or punch it away. And as he's lifted his right arm, I think it's Carvalho just coming in. William Carvalho, foul.
Achraf Hakimi tried to find the pass to Portugal's number 14, Boussoufa, who's had a good start to the second half, actually. Mbark Boussoufa.
I think they all have, haven't they? Morocco, yeah.
They have.
Well, that's like I say. You go in at half-time and the manager's going to say, right, make everybody proud. Just go and do your very best and give it everything you possibly can. And they're certainly doing that.
Boussoufa is he's now nearly a veteran, 33 years old, but he was the player who was at the Ajax and Chelsea academies as a youngster. Ball swung cross-field by Ziyech, out towards Amrabat on the right-hand side, and it's Amrabat against Guerrero again. Amrabat has got support from behind him, from Diarra, and Diarra on his left foot. Thought about the angle ball in, instead went to El Ahmadi, and now control from Ziyech, but good challenge by João Moutinho to come in, whip the ball away, give it to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now Martins with a mop of dreadlocks turns away from El Ahmadi. Lovely touch from Cristiano Ronaldo, and then a little trick from Martins to drag the ball infield, and it's not a free kick. I thought that was a surefire free kick for Martins, but it's not given by the American referee, and then the throw-in is won for Morocco off Martins.
Yeah, I don't think he rolled about enough to get the free kick, but no, it was he tried a little back heel and then just ran straight into his opponent. There's no way his opponent could get out of the way of it, so the referee was quite right. His referee's done extraordinarily well. I think he's had a fantastic match.
Fernando Santos, the Portuguese coach, just turns away, runs his fingers through his hair. He's got a little bit of a look of a bank manager about him, Fernando Santos, and he puts his hand on his chin.
Well, I'm sure he'd be on a big bonus to do very well today.
Sure he is. 1-0 his team lead. Throw in for Morocco, who've had the better of the game. I'll have a little look over to the screen in a moment and see what the percentage possession is at the moment. But here's El Ahmadi, who plays it through up towards the edge of the penalty area. 51% for Morocco. So there's not much in it. In the second half, I'm sure it's more than that in Portugal's favour. Amrabat crosses, hits a player on the edge of the penalty area, shout for handball, then the cross comes over, a stretch from Boussoufa, but he couldn't get any proper contact on it. Still Moroccan pressure though, but then Hakimi overhits the cross straight into the gloves of Rui Patricio, who made that excellent save from the header from Belhanda. That kept the score as it is, 1-0.
Did you see the handball?
No.
There's a cross from the right-hand side, think it was Amrabat with his left foot, and it was Guedes, the striker, came across, and he just turned his body, and the ball struck him on the elbow. It's probably a natural position for his hand to be in, but they did appeal for it, but there's no VAR.
Nope. And we know if there is VAR because it is indicated on our screen in the commentary position here inside the stadium. Amrabat again is hauled to the ground, and this time Guerrero, for the umpteenth time, has fouled Amrabat, and I think that must be a final warning for Guerrero. And Cristiano Ronaldo has come across to have his say, I presume, as the Portuguese captain. But it's only a free kick, and you can hear the reaction from these Moroccan fans, the supporters of the team that they call the Lions of Atlas. They love a nickname, don't they, for the national teams in Africa. The Atlas Lions, they call them as well. As Morocco take the free kick quickly and then waste it because the downfield pass is out of play down the left flank from Da Costa for a throw-in to Portugal.
Yeah, I was watching Senegal yesterday. They're the Lions of Teranga, so they're like a lion out there.
Yes, and Tunisia the other day were the Eagles of Carthage, which sounds doom-laden, doesn't it? I think their World Cup hopes might be doomed. Here's Portugal clearing it away, just a clatter downfield by Cedric Soares. And already, there are 20 minutes gone in the second half, only 25 minutes to play. And if it stays like this, Morocco are going home after the group stage. Tense moments. Although quite a number of the crowd are actually getting involved in a Mexican wave around the stadium. Morocco, misplaced pass from centre field, easily intercepted by Cedric Soares, but now Achraf Hakimi has got it again. Ziyech plays it infield, Ziyech gets it back, gets the ball down on this green carpet of a pitch here at the Luzhniki. Now back towards Belhanda, he's 35 yards from goal, plays it square to El Ahmadi, the shaven-headed former Aston Villa man, now up to the edge of the penalty area where Boussoufa goes down under the challenge. Not sure there was too much in that. It's a free kick though to Morocco in a good position. Guerrero it is who put in the challenge to concede it.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. Pepe's just going mad, I think, at the fourth official, not the referee, the fourth official saying what's happening. He went down rather softly, but hang on a minute. Virtually every player in modern football now dives when they get the opportunity. His leg was just tickled more than smashed, and he's gone down. But you can't afford to touch players on the edge of the box. You can't afford to make any contact. If there is to be contact, you just your arm in the back just to touch to make sure he doesn't come back onto you. But at the end of the day, he's gone down and he's won himself a free kick in a very dangerous position.
Well, it's going to be the number 7, Hakim Ziyech, who is the player of the year in the Netherlands this season. The Ajax man who's going to take this left-footed from an angle towards the right. Ziyech hits it over the wall, but over the top of the crossbar by 2 or 3 feet. And groans and disappointment from the Moroccan supporters, pulling their fezzes down over their eyes, I imagine, temporarily. And it's a goal kick for Portugal.
All I can say for that free kick, it was better than Ashley Young's was the other night.
Yeah, what are England going to do about free kicks?
Well,
Trippier and Young to carry on taking them?
Trippier, yeah. I mean, Young's got a good delivery from out wide. So
I mean, in terms of shots on goal.
Well, Eric Dyer scored against Russia a year ago from that, but he was obviously not playing.
Harry Kane?
Yeah. There's something to work at anyway.
Yeah. I must say, I'd be thinking Harry Kane as a candidate to take free kicks when you've got a chance to score a goal.
Why not?
Portugal 1, Morocco 0. You can get in touch, of course, at 5 Live Sport on social media. This is 5 Live here at the World Cup in Russia. You can listen via the BBC Sport app as well to our commentaries. 1-0 Portugal lead, and I see the Moroccans are going to make a change up front. Boutaïb has put in a great effort, but I think it is the number 9 who played in the opening match, Ayoub El Kabi, who is going to come on to replace him. We'll just see the board. Yeah, there's the number 13. So Boutaïb is off, and Ayoub El Kabi replaces him. And Portugal actually are going to make a change as well. Bruno Fernandes, who started the first match against Spain down in Sochi. Will it be João Mario? Yes, it is. João Mario, it's a straight swap. João Mario came in to start instead of Bruno Fernandes in this match. So another opportunity for the Sporting winger to make an impact at the World Cup, Bruno Fernandes. Portugal 1, Morocco 0 is the score. Morocco playing a ball over the top. Here's the first chance for the number 9 El Kaabi to chase downfield, but the ball was beyond him and Font was able to return it to goalkeeper Rui Patricio. William Carvalho heads it away. We've got just over 20 minutes to play. Morocco must score, otherwise they are going out after 2 matches. Long ball from the centre circle from Benatia. William Carvalho appeals for a free kick by Morocco, but the referee just ignores it. Now Gelson Martins turns and loses possession, and now Ziyech to the edge of the area. Amrabat had made a cross-field run to the edge of the box, but the challenge was a good one from Pepe and the 2 central defenders. In what's becoming a bit of a modern trend, I notice, Terry, as a former central defender yourself, centre-backs doing the old tennis double partners touching of hands when the combination works well. Do you like that?
No, I don't like that. No,
I had a feeling you might not. 20 minutes to play. Ball on the left-hand side with Cristiano Ronaldo, who shoots from some distance, 25 yards plus given the angle, but it was blocked, and the deflection fell for the Moroccans. Benatia had to be quick there. Ronaldo wasn't far away. He played it out to his right to Diarra, who's under pressure here. He's under pressure, Diarra. I think he's going to lose the ball, and in doing so he concedes a free kick. Gonzalo Guedes is the player who was fouled, and we are now into the last 20 minutes. It's beginning to run out for Morocco's 2018 World Cup. They've still got the game against Spain to come, but for Morocco, if it stays like this, for them it would be meaningless in terms of their qualification. Portugal take the free kick. João Moutinho has to stretch for it, then there's an overhead kick downfield, but that just gives possession back to the Moroccans again. That back pass is a little short to goalkeeper Munir, but he got there to clear it right-footed before Cristiano Ronaldo could beat him to it. Morocco, a pinging pass which surely has got too much on it, although Amrabat wasn't far away from getting a toe end to it, but it bounced through to Rui Patricio.
Yeah, he just come over to the left as Amrabat now. He was absolutely tormenting Guerreiro on that left-hand side for Portugal, and Guerreiro with the space and with the absence of Amrabat is getting forward.
1-0 Portugal. William Carvalho marches forward with the ball, gives it to Cristiano Ronaldo. There's an overlapping run on the right-hand side, and the cross comes in from this flank from Cedric Suarez. Comes back now into the central area to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes to Gelson Martins, and then Bruno Fernandes with the cross. It's headed down. Could have gone anywhere there from Benatia, but Da Costa was able to move across quickly and volley it away right-footed. And then the ball bounces off Ziyech, but it's overrun and possession is given back to Morocco, who have it on the right-hand side. A chip forward from Diarra, but the challenge in the air from Joseph Font wins it, but illegally. It's a free kick to Morocco on the far side.
It should be further up the pitch than this.
Yeah, they've actually taken it on. The referee.
No, the referee's wrong.
Take it back.
The referee's wrong. We're talking about 5 yards here, which could make a difference to the angle of the ball, but
yeah. Well, it was from round about here that Belhanda had that chance, but as you said, that was a little further on up the right flank. So as a result, Portugal can hold the line outside of their penalty area. So the delivery from the right-hand side is swung in by Ziyech, but overhit, and goalkeeper Rui Patricio can come forward and calmly claim it. Experienced man in the Portuguese goal. This is 71st cap at the age of 30. We'll see him in the Premier League next season, Rui Patricio, with Wolverhampton Wanderers, newly promoted Wolves. And if he produces the sort of saves that he did from the header of Belhanda earlier on in the second half, then he'll be a popular man. Benatia at the back, playing it out towards the right-hand side, and then Benatia takes possession once again, but under pressure from Gonzalo Guedes, has to play it back to goalkeeper Munir. Munir, long one high through the middle for the newly arrived El Kaabi. And now Ziyech, who's out on the right-hand side, tries to flick it for the overlapping run of Diarra, but wins a throw-in off Guerrero. Diarra takes this to Ziyech. The referee says, no, hang on, we're going to see another change first of all. It's a second Moroccan change, and that is the end of Belhanda's afternoon, which I'm mildly surprised by. Aren't you?
I am surprised, but maybe tactical. We'll have to see where he comes on. Carcella.
I think Belhanda has carried quite a threat. I don't think he's hurt because he sprinted off the field. So Mehdi Carcella is coming on. He's been on loan this season at Standard Liège in Belgium from his parent club Granada in Spain. So Carcella, the number 23. Just looking to see where
he's gone up front.
Slotted in.
Yeah, he's gone up front.
He's gone up front, so he's actually gone two.
With El Kaabi, they've gone two up front now.
So it's reached that stage where there are 15 minutes to play. Hervé Renard feels that he has to be bold and positive. They have to go for this goal. 1-0 Portugal lead. And as I say, we're into the last 15 minutes of this match now. Next up for you, Uruguay against Saudi Arabia. And then live from Kazan this evening, the other match in this group today, Iran against Spain. By the time that kicks off, Morocco could already effectively be out of the competition with one game to play in the group. But we have 15 minutes to change all that. Amrabat, who has come over towards the left-hand side, he's been manhandled here by Cedric Suarez.
I think he's been manhandled all game.
He has. They've been aware of the potential threat of Nordin Amrabat. Cedric Suarez with an overhead kick away in the fullback position. Boussoufa gets the ball down, plays it to Diarra on the right-hand side. Diarra could have taken on Gelson Martins, who switched to the left-hand side, but he plays it back behind him. And now Ziyech was challenged, Cristiano Ronaldo. Then there's a little stunned pass in centre field for William Carvalho, and Portugal are in no hurry here. They're not going to overcommit themselves downfield with a 1-0 lead. A win in the group so important for Portugal after they started with a draw. They will have their sights on winning this group and therefore need the win. Da Costa for Morocco as they play from right to left as we look here as the sun comes out brightly again in Moscow. Then the ball into the penalty area, but a good challenge comes in from José Font. Gelson Martins though loses possession. That was wasteful from the substitute. Ziyech he won the free kick there. I think he knew that he was second favourite as the ball came in to him, and he was able to beat João Moutinho. He just gave him a little tap on the shin, and it's a free kick in a good position, more like where you were talking of them causing danger from, Terry.
Yeah, this is better now, chance to whip it in, extra striker on, still a big line to try and get through. They're holding the line right on the edge of the box, Portugal.
Ziyech is going to take this. Now there's a man standing in an offside position, Amrabat, who's standing between the penalty spot and the goalkeeper. And the referee's actually spoken to him. And now Amrabat runs back into an onside position. And then it's played in for Benatia, who heads it wide of the near post. He was looking for a little glance on it. He got too much on it, 6 yards out, and steered it rather than glanced it wide of the near post.
Well, he's got good delivery, Ziyech, from that right-hand side with his left foot, and it actually hits the shoulder of Benatia. He just tries too much to glance it. It'd be better if he got an ear to it rather than the shoulder, but he puts it 2 yards wide. It was just a little glance was needed. He just needed just to touch it. The pace was on the ball. That's a couple of chances, well, 2 good chances that Benatia's head. In fact, 3 when you think of the header in the first half.
1-0 Portugal. The man with the deepest voice in Moscow has announced that 78,011 people are inside the Luzhniki for this match. And Portugal have rather carelessly lost possession near the halfway line. It was Bruno Fernandes who lost it. Ziyech now tries to take on William Carvalho, who got a touch, but it rolls behind for a corner. And Ziyech says to one of the little ball girls down there, come on, get me the ball as quickly as possible, because we've got just over 10 minutes to play. Morocco must score, otherwise they'll be going out of the group stage. 1-0 Portugal lead through Cristiano Ronaldo's early goal, his 4th at this World Cup. Ziyech with a corner, it's an outswinger. Oh, it's hit a defender, it's bounced down on the edge of the 6-yard box, and João Moutinho is able to pass it away. Morocco needed that to fall to a red shirt. Instead, it landed at the feet of João Moutinho. Now Da Costa curls the ball over the top of the back line, where it's headed by Dira, and now Amrabat plays it in. It's gone a long way across the penalty area. Ziyech is available here, and Boussoufa uses him. Ziyech's ball in, diving header away by Font, and El Ahmadi now hooks it forward. El Ahmadi gets it back, he lifts it wide into the full-back position. Here on the left-hand side, the newly arrived sub, Karsala, has the ball at his feet, takes on Pepe and plays it off him for a corner.
Well, relentless pressure here. They're really having a go. They're doing their crowd proud, they are, the Moroccans, and their country proud as well. They're having a right bash at this. They deserve a goal.
1-0 to Portugal, but it's been all Morocco really in the second half. Cristiano Ronaldo has been, well, he's been more of a defender actually than he has a threat up front for Portugal. Ziyech with the corner, which is cleared away by William Carvalho 8 yards out. Oh, and then a pinging shot comes in from Dira, the right back, from 30 yards plus, and it flies away over the top of the crossbar.
Well, time to take a breather, because it's been great from Morocco. They lose the ball, they hunt in packs to win it back. The energy levels of this team is just remarkable. I don't know what they had at half-time, but it's certainly got a stirring talk from the manager, that's for sure. But they've just lifted themselves into this game. They've changed the system. They've pushed two men for centre forwards. They've Amrabat on the right-hand side. Ziyech has pushed forward as well. They're really having a go.
Yes, the Moroccan coach, the dashing Hervé Renard, has already been given a new contract before this World Cup. They gave him a new contract in November. They wanted to see what he would do here. They want him to win the Africa Cup of Nations, and they want him to get them to the next World Cup. But to go out after 2 matches would be such a severe disappointment. But I mean, they were unfortunate, weren't they, in the manner of the defeat against Iran, and here they've had more of the game against the European champions.
Yeah, well, they'll learn that 68% possession against Iran wasn't enough to win the game. They've had 53% in the second half. It's about the final ball, about getting that cutting edge up front. That's the key.
We're into the last 10 minutes now. 10 minutes Morocco are from being the first team to exit this World Cup at the group stage, and Portugal are coming forward, but Bruno Fernandes rather stubs his shot, and it just dribbles away across the face of goal for a goal kick to Morocco. Bright sunshine again, a circle of bright sunshine which has moved around the stadium as the sun has moved. It's on the far corner at the moment as this goal kick is taken by Munia deep into the Portuguese half, where it's headed by Font, and Cristiano Ronaldo actually very nearly kept it in on the far side, but wasn't able to do so, and it's a throw-in to the Moroccans, and make it less than 8 minutes to play plus added time. William Carvalho heads the ball back into the Moroccan half, and they start again with Boussoufa. Now Hakimi. Morocco are preparing their final substitute. Hakimi's ball downfield is between Amrabat and El Kaabi, and it's collected by Rui Patricio near the edge of his penalty area. João Moutinho. The Moroccans are giving it a little bit, in fact it's the Portuguese I can see, are giving it a little bit of the Icelandic hand clap. There's a Portuguese man down, but Portugal are bringing it forward towards the edge of the area with Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's been missed by Benatia. Benatia puts in the challenge on Ronaldo, right on the edge of the box. It's a foul, and it's a free kick. It's not a penalty. It was very close.
Well, Benatia came away. He thought he got the ball, and it just seemed to slip between his legs, right to Ronaldo, who is behind him. Ronaldo takes the touch. It's 2-on-1 in the right-back area, and Benatia gets back and just lunges in to try and win the ball. No chance of winning the ball, catches the legs of Ronaldo. Ronaldo falls into the penalty area, but the foul is right on the edge. Very much slightly left of centre, but right on the edge.
No VAR used there. The referee was clearly satisfied that he had seen that and called it correctly as a free kick rather than a penalty. So it is just, what a foot. We're just saying we've got the replay on the television screen in the commentary position here.
Was that you were lucky there, mate?
I think it was.
Look, from Ronaldo?
Yeah, to Benatia. So it's a free. He's already had one from this position. This possibly is even closer. So the chance to seal it for Portugal. Who better in this position than Cristiano Ronaldo? Already 4 goals at World Cup 2018. Free kick for Ronaldo, up he comes and strikes it into the wall again. Ronaldo, though, is after it. Oh, and then very optimistically throws himself down when Amrabat puts in the challenge and appeals to the assistant, whoever will listen. And that be interesting to see what that looks like on the replay. There's another Portuguese player down inside the Moroccan half. It's William Carvalho. But Ronaldo there, as Amrabat challenged him.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, he has thrown himself down.
Oh, that is laughable, and he is laughing as well. He's appealing.
He gives the rectangle in the air for the VAR.
For the VAR.
I mean, there's a tiny contact by Amrabat. I mean, there is contact, but I mean, the way that he exaggerated the fall there was sinful, really.
What do you say? VAR then would stand for very artistic Ronaldo.
Very ambitious.
Very ambitious, yes.
Very ambitious.
And very... we're sure that people could find the letter.
Yes.
Words for letter A.
Final change for Morocco. And Faisal Faja is coming on, the Getafe midfielder. So Faisal Faja comes on. Producer Gary's come up with the answer. Well done, Gary. Very ambitious referral. Or very ambitious Ronaldo.
Well, that's why he's the producer.
Yeah. I'm blaming my late night near Red Square for not being able to come up with an R. Portugal 1, Morocco 0. I'm actually blaming Kelly Cates, trying to get me to stay out all night last night at one stage. Right, Morocco have got to do something about this. Less than 5 minutes to play. Ziyech on the left-hand side. Ziyech, now a little weaving run out towards the left-hand side here by the new man, Faja. And he wins a throw-in. It's going to be taken by Hakimi, which he does towards Amrabat, who's challenged, but Portugal clear it. Now it's played towards the edge of the area to Carcela. Carcela, a little touch on that. Amrabat, who's on the left-hand side. Amrabat now back to Faja, who plays it into the penalty area. It's